Hey, beautiful souls. I'm Sarah, your soul oracle, deconditioning coach, and mirror here at Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. And this is your energy update for the week of March 15th to March 21st. So this week, something is shifting. It's not loudly, it's not dramatic, but it's internal. It's the kind of shift that happens when truth can't stay buried anymore, when emotions rise faster than your defenses, and when you realize you can't keep responding the way you used to. And if you pause long enough, you'll feel it. The energy right now isn't pushing you forward. It's asking you to get honest first, to notice where you react before you reflect, where frustration masks vulnerability, and where words come out sharper than intended. There's clarity available, but only if you slow down enough to assess it. On March 15th, Mercury will conjunct Mars in Pisces, so our tempers and truths are going to collide. You may feel the urge to say it all, to clear the air immediately, to defend, explain, and correct. But make sure you pause. Clarity comes after the calm, not during the period of escalation. This isn't about winning the conversation. It's about understanding what's actually being triggered. On March 18th, Venus is going to square Jupiter. Joy is available. Connection is available. But excess is tempting. Fun is beautiful until it distracts you from what actually matters. Notice where you might be avoiding something deeper by staying busy, entertained, or overcommitted. Balance is maturity. On March 18th, the Sun is going to sextile Uranus. Fresh perspectives are going to start to arrive. You might feel restless with routine, inspired to try something different, and ready to break a pattern. Let inspiration change how you approach your life, not just what you think about it. Freedom begins in the mind first. On March 18th, we have a new moon in Pisces. This is the moment of reset. It's not dramatic. It's not performative. It's spiritual. So release what's expired. Tie up any loose ends and begin something aligned with who you are becoming. You don't need a grand declaration. You need quiet integrity. On March 20th, the Sun is going to enter the sign of Aries. Momentum is going to start to return. Now you move, but not from urgency, from clarity. This is initiation energy. It's bold, direct, and self-led. So take action because it feels aligned, not because you're trying to outrun discomfort. On March 20th, Mercury is going to station direct. Misunderstandings are going to begin to clear. You're no longer skimming the surface. You're reading between the lines. So follow through. Ask better questions and say what you actually mean. On March 21st, Mars is going to trine Jupiter. Courage meets compassion. You don't have to bulldoze your way forward. You don't have to suppress your emotions either. Emotional intelligence is your strength right now. So move with awareness. Read the room. Let empathy guide momentum. This week isn't about urgency. It's about emotional maturity. If you felt reactive, tender, on the edge of saying something you can't take back, you're not off track. You're being refined. So don't rush the breakthrough. Don't escalate the tension. Let clarity settle before you act. Because the real shift, it's not external. It's the moment you choose to respond differently. And that choice changes everything. So take a breath. Remember, you're not behind. You're right on time. And everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You're not leaving the path. You are the path. So overall energy for the week, based off of the cards, we have the air element, which is communicating. Cancer, I feel. And Pisces, I believe. So you can definitely see these cards reflected in the energy right now. Everything right now is about communicating, but how are we communicating? Especially with Mercury retrograde at the beginning part of this week and then starting to transition it direct at the end of the week. And that happening in the sign of Pisces about what you believe. You're becoming clear in terms of what's going on, but how do you communicate that? How do it is that you're feeling, how do you portray that so that not only are you getting your point across, but you're understanding what other people are trying to say? The world right now is about communication and what it is that we are trying to get across. Now, as Uranus moves into Gemini in the month of April for the next 7-ish years, there's really going to be an emphasis on that sense of communication because we are going to be more in that air element. So pay attention to what it is that you are trying to communicate, where it is that you're trying to go. How are you feeling and how are you betraying that? And what do you believe and how are you saying that? This is a time of reset. This is the new moon in Pisces. It's a moment of reset. What do you believe? And do you honestly believe it? And as a result of believing it, can you help make your wishes and dreams come true? This is a time for clarity and communicating such clarity. So pay attention to what it is that you feel, because our feelings don't stir us wrong. It's our mind that gets in the way. So pay attention to what it is that you feel and then go from there. So I've pulled cards for each of the zodiac signs, and the messages, they're layered. Our sun and rising sign are where the gold lives, and that's where your future self is whispering to you through the veil. So let's tune in. This isn't a matter of controlling the outcome, but to mirror back what your soul already knows is ready to shift. So let this be your pause, your anchor, and your reminder that this energy isn't here to break you. It's here to recalibrate you. So Aries, your card this week is negativity. With all of this energy that's going on in your sign, you might be having some trouble with some negative thoughts about yourself. It's okay. We all have negative thoughts about ourselves. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy and we beat ourselves up like nobody's business. But that negativity, it doesn't have a place for you anymore. It's ready to be discarded. It's ready to be released. And as a result of that, it's going to present itself more readily to you. You're going to see it. Pay attention to where it is that you are speaking harshly to yourself or where you're speaking harshly to somebody else, because you may be using that as a matter of projection to show you what it is that you need to work on. Pay attention to where negativity is flourishing in your life right now, as that is the area that you need to focus on right now. Taurus, your card right now is Answers Within. You have all of the answers that you need right now, but you're looking for somebody else to reflect those back to you. They are not going to reflect them back to you the way that you want them to. You know the answer deep within your heart. You know that you're supposed to do things this way, but they're happening this way. And why is that? Become clear on your answers before you move forward. You know the answers within inside yourself, but sometimes your mind is going to have to catch up what your heart already knows. So pay attention. You knew or you know that something is off, something is wrong, something isn't the way that it's supposed to be. But are you ready to move forward and are you ready to act? As Mercury goes direct, this is the time when you can start to move forward. When the sun moves into Aries, this is the time when you can start to move forward. So wait until the later half of the week. Wait until around Friday before you start making shifts and changes. Start the week off by reflecting on the answers that you already have within and how you can best go about receiving the clarity that you need so that you can take those steps forward when the time is right. Gemini, your card is Listen to Your Body. This piggybacks off of what I was talking about with Taurus. You have the answers within yourself. Your body is giving you signs, it's giving you signals, it's giving you symptoms of things that you need to pay attention to. What do those signs, symptoms, signals, what do all of those things mean? Now, if you have trouble with that, ask somebody else for help. Ask for assistance. There are books out there that will tell you exactly what it is that such and such symptom means. Louise Hay was famous for taking symptoms of what our body is experiencing and using mantras in order to shift and change them. That could be a great starting point for you. Or you might need a more substantive book in order to do that. There are books out there on the market. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But there are symptoms that are presenting themselves to you. Don't ignore them. Listen to what your body is trying to tell you. It's trying to give you information and tell you something for a reason. Don't ignore it, because if you ignore it, the symptoms are just going to keep getting worse. This is a time for you to truly listen. Now, again, you might not take action until later in the week, but be reflective the beginning part of the week and start to listen and look at what it is that your body might be telling you. Cancer, your card this week is Hidden Blessings. There's something below the surface. Now, anytime anything happens to us in life, it can be really easy to look at why did that happen to me? But there's typically a reason why that happened to you. And I don't want to be that person that's like, it was meant to be. But sometimes it is. And if that bothers you, that's all right. You don't have to hear it if you're not ready to. But give yourself the time, because you may find a week, a month, a year, 10 years later, that all of a sudden that thing that happened to you was a hidden blessing. And it might not have been the best thing to happen to you, but could have been something really important that happened to you. There are blessings hidden within those negative things. This is a week for you to look for what is hidden beneath the surface. Look for the blessing. That's all you have to do. It's not necessarily easy, but look for the blessing and what it is that's happening in your life. Leo, your card this week is control. We all try and control things in our lives, especially when they're going wrong, or especially when we want them to happen in a certain way. It's okay, but control is a shadow. It's a shadow masking something else within inside of us. You need to look at control for what it is. It is that shadow. What is that shadow trying to tell you about that area of your life? Pay attention. Look at it. Look for the clarity. And then as you receive the clarity, again, as the week goes on, you can start to move forward with it. There are things that you can do to help you to move past and overcome your need to control. But you have to be willing to do the work first. So look at your shadows. Look at what you're trying to control and try and figure out why. And then it's time to do the rest of the work. Virgo, your card this week is hydrate. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Water is so important, especially during periods of intense energy. Oftentimes, if we don't drink enough water, we can get headaches. We can have our mind doesn't function and our body doesn't function the way that it's supposed to. Pay attention to your water consumption this week. It's really important for you and your health, your mental well-being, and the direction that you're going in. This hydration might just provide you the clarity that you're searching for. Sounds a little weird, but it might. So take the time to hydrate this week. It's that simple, Virgo. Libra, your card this week is strength. You are stronger than you know. The events that happen in your life and in all of our lives, they're not here to weaken you. They're here to make you a stronger person. And as a result of going through those things, you will be a stronger person. But in the moment, it doesn't necessarily feel that way. Keep in mind, as you're going through these things, what it is that you need to do so that you can feel strong. It may mean that you have to take a time out, reflect, get some clarity. All of those are in line with the energy this week. But I'm going to tell you this, you are a stronger person than you know. So look for where you can be that strong person that you are. Scorpio, your card this week is sensitivity. Let your sensitivity out. Let it shine for everybody to see. Now, Scorpio, I know that's not so necessarily something that you want to hear. You don't like to let your vulnerability show for the world. But your sensitivity is your gift. It is something that you can provide to people, but you have to be willing to show it. You can't always be perfect and well put together. You have to show that sensitivity this week, especially. That sensitivity is going to help you in this moment of reset. Let your sensitivity shine for all the world to see. If you need some time to process that, take it. You have the beginning part of the week to become clear. So become clear. And then, as the week progresses, show your sensitivity to the world. Sagittarius, your card this week is meditation. Pay attention to what messages you are receiving. You are receiving them, whether you think that you are or not. Nothing happens just by happenstance. Sit, reflect, look at the energy. Use this moment of clarity at the beginning part of the week for you to meditate and really look at what it is. What direction do you want to go in? And then move forward. But use this first part of the week to receive clarity through meditation. Capricorn, your card this week is Seek Seclusion. It's time for some alone time. Don't just fill it with tasks and work and other things that you can do. Take a time out. Spend time by yourself. Now, that's not going to be easy for you, but it's important because things on the outside are influencing more than you know. You need to spend time with your own self. What does your own self have to tell you? Listen to what it is that's coming in through you. Use the seclusion to provide you with the clarity that you need. You need to sit with yourself and not listen to what everybody else is telling you. This seclusion is important, so take it. Don't just dismiss it. Because if you just dismiss it, you're missing a piece of the puzzle. Take the seclusion to provide you with what that missing piece is so that you can move forward as Aries energy as the sun enters Aries. Aquarius, your card this week is unconditional love. It is important to love yourself unconditionally. This goes for everybody, but this is your particular test this week, Aquarius. To love yourself even through those moments where you just are beating yourself up. Nothing seems to be going right. Things don't seem to be going the way that you want them to. But that moment is here to teach you something. So love yourself enough, unconditionally, to be able to say that it's okay. If you need to, think of it this way. How would you treat a child that was going through a difficult moment? Would you knock them down or would you try and boost them up? This is a moment for you to boost your own self up. Be that child for yourself. And as you're doing that, reflect that out so that all of the world can see it. Because other people need the reminder too. Unconditionally love yourself and other people this week. It's important. It's going to help lead you into this next chapter. So love yourself enough this week to say that you love yourself unconditionally. And Pisces, your card this week is forward movement. Things are going to be moving forward for you this week. You have spent time clarifying what it is that's going on. You've been sitting with it, especially as Mercury has been retrograde in your sign. What are you moving forward on? A chapter is shifting and changing in your life. Accept that that's moving forward. And then move with the momentum. You have been receiving clarity all along. You can still sit with it at the beginning part of the week if you choose. But you already know what it is that you're doing. So you don't need as much time as everybody else, maybe, to receive this information. But it's time for you to move forward. Remember, you're not lost. You're between stories. So let the messages find a place in your body, even if they don't make sense yet. Because sometimes the most powerful knowing comes in the quiet after the card is pulled. So let the messages you received anchor your next step, even if you can't see the full map yet. Our sun and rising sign, they're codes that are layered. Let them sit. Let them settle. And if you're craving deeper cosmic guidance and spiritual anchoring, come join me inside the Soul Keys Temple. It's my signature monthly membership. You'll find full details at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. And you can also always book a personal soul session with me if you want to go deeper one-on-one. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, where the magic continues. So here's to a week of sacred pivots, anchored clarity, and deep inner resonance. So stay tuned in, stay luminous, stay you, and I will talk to you next week.